Hi everyone. GoLang recently introduced maps functions in its latest version, that is version 1.21. So there are around 5 functions. The first one is the clone functions, which creates a copy of a map. The second is copy function, which copies all elements from the source map to the destination map. Third is DeleteFunc function, which deletes elements from the map based on a provided function. So in that function, we basically pass a callback function which tells what we have to delete according to the key and the value. There is equal function which checks if two maps are equal or not, that is have the same key value pairs. And the last is EqualFunc function which checks if two maps are equal based on a custom comparison function. So in that it also takes callback function. Based on that it identifies whether the two maps are equal or not. So let's see this in code. Now let's create a module with the name GoTutorial. For that we will use the command go-mod_init. And let's enter the name here, which is GoTutorial. So once we run this command, you can see that the file with the name of go.mod is being created, and the version which we are currently using is the Go 1.21.5 version. So after the module is created, let's create a file main.go and create a package main. Also we will create one function with the name of main. Now our goal is to use maps functions. So for that, let's create one map and initialize it with some values. So let's create a map of string and float. So the map will basically have a key as string and the value as float64. So let's name it map1. Let's enter the key as apple and the value as 1.1. Second will be banana, and the value we will take is let's suppose 5.4 or 3, and the third one is mango. Let's take the value as 6.8. So after we have initialized the map, let's print it. So you can see currently that it is saying that undefined FMT. So after I will press Command S or Control S, then it will automatically import the FMT package. So now let's run this using the command go run main.go. So you can see that it is able to print our map. Now let's use the first function, which is the clone function. So let's clone this map into another map. So let's name the second map as map2, and in that we will use maps.clone function, and it will take the map which we want to clone. So we have to clone map1, and again it has automatically imported maps package. Now let's print this as well. fmt.println, it's map2. So let's run this, and you can see that it is successfully able to clone the map. You can see that both the values are similar. Now let's see the second function, which is the copy function. So what this do is that it copies all elements from the source map to the destination map. So for that, let's copy all elements of map1, and for that let's create a third map, and we will just declare it, not initialize it with any value. So for that we will use the make keyword and enter the map as string float 64. Now let's call the maps copy function, and in that it takes two arguments. You can see it like the destination map and the source map. So destination map is map 3 and the source map is map 2. Now let's print the map 3. And let's run this program. Oh, okay, so we have make one mistake. We are copying the same things. So let's name it map 3 here. Now let's run it again. So now you can see that all the three maps which we have printed are similar. Now let's see the third function, which is the DeleteFunc function. So as we have already discussed that this function deletes map elements from the map based on a callback function or the custom function. So now let's suppose if I want to delete all the elements from the map which are having value greater than 5. So how can I do that? So for that I will use maps.deleteFunc function, and in that I will pass the map from which I want to delete the elements, and here I will create one custom function which will take two arguments. First is the key, which is basically a string, and second is the value. So it is giving some error. Let's see what error it is giving. Okay, so this function should have a return type, which is in our case is bool. So now it is not giving error. Now let's return true when our value is greater than 5. So now in that case it will delete all the values which are greater than 5. So let's see. So in our case it should print only apple in this case. So let's print this fmd.println, and we will pass here map. So we have deleted from map 3. So let's see. So you can clearly see that in the last map which we have printed, only apple and 1.1 is being shown, while the rest are deleted. Now let's see the fourth function, which is the equal function. So let's compare map 1 and map 2 and map 1 and map 3, whether they are equal or not. And in our case map 1 and map 2 are equal, but map 3 we have already deleted elements, so they should not be equal. So let's print fmt.println, and in that we will check map 1 and map 2 are equal, and here we will write we will call the equal function, and here we will write map 1 and map 2. So it is equal. And in the second we will compare map 1 and map 3. So now let's run this. So you can clearly see that maps 1 and map 2 are equal true, and in the second case it is returning false, which is actually true. So now let's see the last function, which is EqualFunc function. So it also checks whether two maps are equal or not, but based on our custom comparison function. So let's copy the above statements, and for this purpose let's create another map which is similar to map 4. Let's name it map 1, and we will like slightly change these values. Like if it is 5.3, we will make it 5.5. It is 1.1, we will make it 1.6, and it is 6.8, we will make it 1.1. Now if we want to check map 1 and map 4, whether they are equal or not based on a custom comparison, because we have to only check whether their integer values are equal or not, whether 1, 5, 6 are equal or not. If we use equal function here, then it will return false. So you can see that if we compare map1 and map4 using equal function, and let's use EqualFunc function as well, in which we are comparing map1 and map4, and also writing here our custom function. Which will take two values, basically these values. So okay, so we are missing something here. So let's here key string and v float 64 and we will return if int of v. So in that case, as in the previous delete function, we are only having one map, but here we are having two maps, so we have to compare the values of two maps. So let's take the value as v1, which is float 64, and v2 as well, float 64. So if we have to compare the integer values, so if int v1 is equals to int of v2 equals to, then it will return true. It is giving some error here. I think we are missing some brackets. So if we compare this, so I think there is one closing bracket also come. Let's remove this function once. Now you can see that all the brackets are there. Now here we will add our custom function v1, v2. Okay, we have not added here the return type, so now it is not giving any error. Now let's run this. So you can see here also, let's name it map4 and map4. Now if we are comparing map1 and map4 using the equal function, then it is returning false, but when we are comparing them with EqualFunc function, then it is returning true, in which we are using our custom comparison. So these are the functions which are present in maps package. You can explore more about these in GoLang docs. I will share the link of the doc in the description. Thank you, and for more videos, please like and subscribe our channel.